I won't get into that on the pod because it's hyper legal. But basically, there are legal arguments that the way that the climate alarmists have framed it is blurring legal standards. So we kind of need the courts to step in and make these legal distinctions over the procedure record. The second thing is that statutory interpretation is going to get fought, because greenhouse gases are a very awkward fit for the statute that's built for local and regional air pollution. So the original statute, again, built for local regional air pollution. So supporters who want to rescind the rule and have the new rule are going to emphasize congressional intent. They're going to say the limits of using the Clean Air Act to regulate this extensively. They're going to say the EPA has already implied it believes it can't regulate greenhouse gases under the Clean Air Act. And so those will be arguments, and then opponents are going to say the act treats, health and welfare very broadly. They're going to make these Massachusetts versus EPA arguments that won the day in that court. So it's going to go back and forth. And just remember, even if EPA concedes that CO2 is an air pollutant, so even if they make a concession like that, which I hope they don't, but they could, the Clean Air Act requires EPA to judge whether CO2 causes or contributes, that's the second rule, the cause and contribution to harms to health, and whether it contributes to endangered health. So EPA can say that GHG emissions from a vehicle, for example, are a drop in the bucket. They don't substantially impact global climate change, one car, that global climate change is no longer the threat to health and welfare it once was thought to be. But in court, as I mentioned, the decisive question is going to be procedure. Did they follow the right steps? Confront the prior record honestly, and make these legal arguments about that one car's emissions.